Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by?
I had listened to a lot of stuff, mostly because of my grandfather, he used to love to listen to the Grand Ole Opry and watch Hee Haw and WSM, and he was a huge Roy Acuff fan. My grandfather was. So I actually did know who Roy Acuff was and had heard his stuff, and I knew he was sort of a legendary figure in country music.
Roy was very generous. He was generous to his family, he was generous to his fans, and generous to any young artist trying to get a start. I don't know of anyone that ever asked Roy for support that they didn't get it. He had a big heart. When Nixon came to the Grand Ole Opry and Roy did his yo-yo there on the stage, he always had a knack for entertaining people, and that's how he became the king of country music.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king of country music, Roy Acuff and all of his Smoky Mountain Boys.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the queen of flowing mountains to the south belt by the shore, she's mighty tall and handsome, she's known quite well by all. She's the combination on the Wabash Cannonball.
You know, Roy was an entertainer, and some people would challenge his musical ability, but the big thing in entertainment is a style and an ability to entertain. He had that.
Listen to the
They're really being honored now for the creative, influences. It's really being recognized now.
You're the mighty rush of the engine, you're that lonesome hobo squall. You're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. All aboard for Opryland, USA! Thank you!
Dunbar Cave was, in the 1940s, was the night spot for Clarksvillians, and with its big bands and so forth. And then in 1948, Roy Acuff bought the Dunbar Cave and brought his cannonball, western swing, country style of bands in. And Roy had family near here, so this was like coming home for Roy.
Roy built an amphitheater out on the other side of the lake there, and on Sunday afternoons Roy would start the show with he and the Smoky Mountain Boys, and then a guest artist would appear from the Grand Ole Opry. And I dare say most of the members of the Grand Ole Opry did at one time appear because of their love for Roy Acuff.
In 1985, Austin Peay established the Center of Excellence for the Creative Arts and was seeking private funds in order to endow a chair in the creative arts. Austin Peay received a substantial check from Roy in an amount that was deemed appropriate to name the chair after him.
There's this country artist who was legendary, and this Center for Excellence in the Creative Arts was being established in his name. The chair was being established in his name.
It was supposed to be a one-time gift, but a year later, President Riggs called me and said, "George, I have another check here from Roy Acuff, and it's in the same amount. What do I do with it?" I said, "Cash it."
What the chair does is provide an example, and in my case, certainly, it opened up a whole new vista for me, a whole new area of possibility that I didn't even know existed. You know, if Arthur Kopit hadn't been the first holder of the chair, I definitely wouldn't have gone down this career path. And what's really important, I think, for students is if you bring in someone who has done something that, you know, or who has pursued a career in a field that you didn't know it was possible to pursue a career in, that's great just to see that and hear a professional or someone who has achieved something talk about what their experiences have been, and then for them to say, and you can do this too, it's a big deal. It's a much bigger deal than if your teacher says it.
Bring prestige to a university, first of all. Great prestige.
It was incredibly, I think, forward-thinking of the chair to be endowed in his name.
Some of my colleagues who are on faculties at other universities have always wished that they could have this kind of experience for their students.
I think, and it really opens up vistas. Whether or not they decide to pursue that career or not, it opens up possibility. It's like someone, at least for me, it was like someone telling me, I don't hesitate to use a bad metaphor, but it was like someone pulling a sheet off of my eyes or saying, you know, you've been looking through this filter for your entire life. Let's move that and now see what it looks like.
When I think of the Acuff Chair at Austin Peay, I think of the spectacular experiences that both undergraduate and graduate students have been able to experience. Think of it, world-renowned artists, internationally known artists, brought to this campus because of this chair, the funds from the chair. And they work with students on a day-to-day basis, creating arts projects, mentoring the students, inspiring them. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
You know, I get excited about that. The people that knew of Roy and his family and what all they did during their days here are smiling in heaven when they see the things that are carrying on because of Roy Acuff's chair.
Hi, I'm President Tim Hall. For the last 25 years, Roy Acuff's generous gift has allowed the university to bring regionally and nationally acclaimed artists to our campus every year. From best-selling author Louise Erdrich to internationally distinguished painter Jim Nutt, these individuals have transformed our campus into a vibrant center of creative activity. I'm firmly convinced that there's no better place in Tennessee to study the creative arts than right here at Austin Peay State University. But the cost to bring this caliber of artist to our campus has risen steadily year by year since Mr. Acuff made his gift. We want to ensure that his legacy of inspiring young talent continues to thrive, but we need your help. I'm asking that you consider making a gift in support of the Roy Acuff Chair of Excellence. Your gift will allow us to continue to bring artists for our students to study with and for our community to enjoy. We've been doing this for 25 years, but I'm convinced with your help, the excitement is only beginning.
Thank you, people. Thank you for being with us.